Mark, this recording is already part of evidence obtained by special counsel Jack Smith. Now, the former president is now facing 37 felony charges for allegedly hoarding classified documents at his home in Florida. Now, Mr. Trump pleaded not guilty earlier this month, and he has maintained he declassified all documents he took with him. But tonight, for the first time, we hear Donald Trump's voice, and he says something very different on the recording.
These are bad, sick people.
New audio obtained by ABC News features former President Donald Trump in a recorded conversation with staffers 2 years ago from his golf club in New Jersey. On the recording, Mr. Trump is heard complaining about Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley.
Well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow.
What's up, guys? Adam is here. So what just happened? Federal prosecutors played a recording in open court. Trump's own voice, his own words, directly ordering people to hide classified documents and obstruct federal investigations. The courtroom went silent. Then Trump lost control completely, and Secret Service had to physically remove him.
An audio recording has emerged of Donald Trump allegedly handling papers and saying that they were highly classified. This was during a post-presidential interview. During that interview with an author who is working on a memoir of his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, Mr. Trump is heard going through the papers and saying this is highly confidential. Earlier this month, he appeared at a federal court in Miami charged with 37 counts of illegally retaining classified documents and obstructing the government's efforts to get them back. He denies the charges. Let's take a listen to the audio recording now. It was obtained by CNN.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me.
The most devastating piece of evidence ever presented against a sitting American president just played out loud in public for everyone to hear. Let me take you inside that courtroom and show you why this recording just destroyed Trump's legal defense in every single case he is facing. The recording was made at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's private Florida residence where he has been storing classified documents. According to federal prosecutors, the date of the recording is significant and recent.
Well, CBS News correspondent Jared Hill gave me more details of what Donald Trump was actually saying in that recording.
On one side, there is not much more of this recording that at least CBS News has gotten a hold of yet. It's just about 2 or so minutes long, and in it you can hear former President Trump discussing what he calls some documents, some sort of papers that he says are confidential, that are secret information, that he could have classified, he says, when he was in the White House, but does not have the authority to do so now that he is not president. This comes from a conversation that he was having in 2021 with a couple of people at his golf course in New Jersey, Bedminster, New Jersey.
This is not old news. This is not ancient history. This is Trump in his current term, while serving as president while under federal investigation, giving direct orders to hide evidence and obstruct justice. And what exactly does the recording capture? Trump's voice, unmistakable and clear, instructing people to hide classified documents. Trump ordering lawyers and staff members to cover things up. Trump directing people to obstruct federal investigations. There is no ambiguity. There is no room for interpretation. Trump says exactly what he wants done, and what he wants done is illegal. The federal judge who heard the recording made a determination before allowing it to be played. The judge reviewed forensic evidence proving the recording was authentic. The judge confirmed it was Trump's voice. The judge confirmed the location and timing, and then the judge made a ruling that will go down in legal history. The judge ruled that attorney-client privilege did not apply to this conversation because Trump was using his lawyers as tools to commit crimes. That is the crime-fraud exception. It is a well-established legal principle. If a client is using their attorney to facilitate or cover up a crime, the normal protections of attorney-client privilege vanish. The conversations are no longer private. They can be used as evidence. And in this case, the judge ruled that Trump was absolutely using his attorneys as instruments of obstruction. Think about what that means. Trump thought he was having a private conversation with his lawyers. He thought those words would never see the light of day. He thought attorney-client privilege would protect him forever. But because he was using those lawyers to commit crimes, because he was ordering them to help him hide documents and obstruct justice, the privilege evaporated. And now his own words are being played in open court. The contents of the recording are absolutely damning. Trump's voice is clearly heard saying, "Hide the documents." He is heard saying, "Obstruct the investigations." He is heard directing people to break federal law. This is not a situation where Trump's supporters can claim he was taken out of context or that he meant something different. The words are plain. The instructions are clear. The criminal intent is undeniable, and the timing makes it even worse. This recording was made while Trump was already under federal investigation for mishandling classified documents. This recording was made while courts had already ordered him to preserve evidence and produce documents. This recording captures Trump actively and deliberately obstructing justice in real time, while under oath, while under court order, while serving as president. The recording also connects directly to the broader pattern of obstruction coming out of the Trump administration. We have already seen Pam Bondi caught on camera removing evidence. We have seen the National Guard deployment abuses. We have seen attack after attack on the judicial system. Now we have Trump himself on tape ordering obstruction. The pattern is undeniable. This administration does not believe the law applies to them. They hide evidence. They destroy documents. They obstruct investigations. And now the president's own voice proves it. Now let me describe what happened in that courtroom when the recording stopped playing. Trump absolutely lost control. He screamed at the top of his lungs. He tried to physically lunge at someone across the courtroom. Secret Service agents had to grab him and physically drag him out. The judge had to call for order. The entire scene descended into chaos. And the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, was forcibly removed from a federal courtroom like a common criminal who cannot behave himself. The judge immediately issued contempt of court referrals against Trump. The judge said Trump had disrespected the federal court. The judge said Trump had violated his legal duty to obey court orders. The judge said Trump would be held accountable for his behavior. So now, on top of everything else, Trump faces brand new contempt charges. That reaction from Trump tells you everything you need to know about his state of mind. An innocent person hearing their own voice on a recording might be surprised. They might be concerned. They might ask to explain the context, but they would not scream and lunge and have to be dragged out by security. That reaction is what guilt looks like. That reaction is what happens when someone knows they have been caught and cannot control their response. This recording is also going to accelerate the 25th Amendment discussions that are already happening in cabinet meetings. Trump's behavior in that courtroom was not the behavior of a mentally fit person, screaming in rage, trying to physically attack someone, having to be physically restrained by Secret Service agents. That is the behavior of someone who has completely lost control. Cabinet members are watching the video. Cabinet members are hearing about what happened, and more of them are going to conclude that Trump is not fit to remain in office. Let me walk you through exactly why this recording is so devastating across every dimension of Trump's legal and political situation. First, this is direct evidence, not circumstantial, not hearsay, not someone's interpretation of what Trump meant. Direct evidence, Trump's own voice, Trump's own words, Trump's own orders to commit crimes. There is no defense against that. No lawyer can argue that Trump didn't say those things. No spin can change what the recording captures. The evidence is irrefutable. Second, the crime fraud exception ruling is a legal catastrophe for Trump. It means that the normal protections of attorney-client privilege do not shield his criminal conversations. It means prosecutors can now go after other conversations Trump had with his lawyers. It means Trump's attorneys can be compelled to testify about what Trump told them. The ruling opens the door to a whole new universe of evidence that was previously sealed and protected. Third, this recording obliterates any claim that Trump is being unfairly targeted or that the investigations are a witch hunt. You cannot claim you are the victim when you are on tape ordering people to hide documents and obstruct justice. You cannot claim the system is corrupt when your own voice proves you broke the law. The recording destroys the entire narrative that Trump has been using to rally his supporters and attack the justice system. Fourth, this recording is going to be the centerpiece of any criminal prosecution against Trump. If federal prosecutors indict Trump after he leaves office, this recording will be played to a jury. The jury will hear Trump's voice. The jury will hear him order obstruction. The jury will convict. That recording alone is enough to guarantee a guilty verdict in any criminal trial. Fifth, this recording completely transforms the impeachment calculus in Congress. Democrats already had the votes to impeach. The question has always been whether enough Senate Republicans would vote to convict. But how can any Republican senator look at their constituents and explain that they voted to keep a president in office who is on tape ordering people to hide documents and obstruct justice? The recording makes it politically impossible for many Republicans to continue defending Trump. The parallel to the 2023 BBC tape is also important for establishing the full picture. Back in 2023, the BBC reported on a tape where Trump admitted to possessing highly classified documents. That tape surfaced publicly. Trump denied it. Trump said he didn't have documents. Trump said he had returned everything. But now, in this current proceeding, prosecutors have authenticated the actual recording of Trump ordering people to hide those documents. So Trump was lying in 2023. Trump was lying when he said he had returned everything. Trump was lying the entire time. And now the proof exists on tape. Let me also address the legal strategy behind the recording's introduction. Prosecutors did not just spring this on Trump without warning. They presented forensic evidence to the judge. They proved the recording was authentic. They argued the crime-fraud exception applied. The judge agreed. And then the judge made the decision to allow the recording to be played in open court. That decision was legally sound and properly reasoned. The judge had excellent reasons based on the law. Trump opened the door to this ruling by using his attorneys as tools to commit crimes. The multiple other people involved in the recorded conversation are also facing serious exposure. Trump was not talking to himself. He was talking to lawyers and staff members. He was giving them specific instructions to break federal law. Those other people heard Trump order obstruction. Those other people are now potential witnesses. Those other people could also face criminal charges if they followed Trump's orders. That creates enormous pressure on them to cooperate with federal prosecutors. That creates potential witnesses who will testify against Trump at trial. The judge's immediate issuance of contempt referrals is also significant. The judge did not need time to think about it. The judge saw Trump's behavior. The judge saw Trump disrespect the court. The judge saw Trump refuse to follow court orders. The judge immediately referred Trump for contempt. That adds new charges to the pile Trump already faces. That adds more evidence of Trump's pattern of obstruction. That gives Congress more ammunition for impeachment. That gives cabinet members more reasons to consider the 25th Amendment. Now let me break down the 10 most important consequences of this recording for Trump's presidency and his future. The recording is the most direct and irrefutable evidence of Trump's guilt ever presented in any court. His own voice, his own words, his own orders to commit crimes. No defense attorney can argue against it. No spin can change it. The evidence is conclusive. The crime-fraud exception ruling destroys attorney-client privilege for Trump's criminal conversations. Prosecutors can now investigate his entire relationship with his lawyers. They can compel testimony. They can demand documents. The ruling opens a massive new front in the legal war against Trump. The recording proves Trump's criminal intent beyond any doubt. He knew the documents were classified. He knew hiding them was illegal. He knew obstruction was a crime. He did it anyway, deliberately. The recording shows intent, and intent is what separates a mistake from a crime. The recording demolishes the victim narrative that Trump has been using to rally his supporters. You cannot claim you are being persecuted when you are on tape ordering people to break the law. The recording destroys the central pillar of Trump's political defense. The recording guarantees conviction in any criminal trial. A jury that hears Trump's own voice ordering obstruction will convict. There is no reasonable doubt when the defendant is on tape admitting to the crime. The recording transforms the impeachment calculus. Republican senators who were looking for a reason to vote against conviction no longer have one. Their constituents have heard the tape. Their constituents will demand accountability. The recording accelerates 25th Amendment discussions. Trump's courtroom meltdown shows he is not mentally fit. Screaming, lunging, being dragged out by security. That is not the behavior of a stable president. The recording connects to the Bondi scandal and proves a pattern of obstruction across the entire administration. Bondi destroying Epstein evidence. Trump ordering document hiding. The pattern is clear. The administration is systematically corrupt. The recording paralyzes Trump's presidency. Congress will focus on impeachment. The media will focus on the scandal. The public will focus on Trump's crimes. His policy agenda grinds to a complete halt. The recording erodes Republican support. Senators and representatives who heard the tape are asking themselves whether they can really defend someone who is on tape ordering obstruction. Many will conclude they cannot. More Republicans will break ranks. More will support impeachment and removal. So where does this go from here? The recording is now public. Everyone has heard it. Everyone knows the truth. Congress is going to move toward impeachment and removal. The 25th Amendment discussions are going to accelerate dramatically. Federal prosecutors are going to use this recording as the centerpiece of their criminal case against Trump, and Trump's presidency is going to be completely consumed and paralyzed by this scandal. The recording is the exact moment where Trump's legal defense completely and totally collapses. This is the moment where everything fundamentally changes. This is the moment where Trump's crimes are proven beyond any doubt whatsoever. And this is the moment that historians will point to and say, this is when the Trump presidency effectively ended. Because you cannot recover from this. You cannot spin your own voice on tape ordering crimes. You cannot explain away direct instructions to obstruct justice. You cannot claim persecution when the evidence is your own words. The recording is the truth. The truth is undeniable. And the truth has just been played out loud for the entire world to hear. Trump screamed. Trump lunged. Trump had to be dragged out by Secret Service agents. Because deep down, Trump knows exactly what that recording means. It means the end. It means prison. It means his legacy is not one of political achievement, but of criminal conviction. And there is nothing he can do to stop it now. The tape has been played, the evidence is public, the truth is out. And the truth is that Donald Trump ordered people to hide classified documents and obstruct federal investigations. His own voice proves it. His own words condemn him. And the American people have finally heard the proof.